Good evening, you guys. Thank you so much. Welcome to Porch Pickings, gossip, where I break down reality TV. Tonight, I want to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, the trailer. Y'all, the trailer was everything for me. The trailer was like so explosive, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it, or whatever. Even though I don't believe everything, I think a lot is a made up storyline with the cast and crew or whatever. But some of it kind of can be believable. So I'm not gonna hold y'all. Thank y'all for coming in and clicking on TalLiT. So the scene, or the first clip we get from the new season that's coming out is Mel stating to, I believe to be Kiki, stating that Lamine, she's never seen Lamine act out a character like that, and Lamine is Kiki's husband. Then they go on into where, and I know everybody saw the episode where Kiki, Stormy, Marcis, and Letitia were sitting at the table, and Kiki got so upset that she kind of just, tossed or knocked a drink all in Letitia's face. And I think that's what basically started the altercation, because then we see, all hell breaks loose. But before we go any further, you guys, I just want to say everything that I say in this video is alleged and in my opinion. And these are public figures, and I have the right to speak my opinion on what I saw on TV. So here we go. So then we see Lamine. Or Lamine, if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I do apologize, because he hasn't been talked about a whole lot, since Kiki came on the scene or whatever. But we see him addressing who I believe and honestly, truly hope that is Marcis. When he says, you feeling mighty comfortable, disrespecting my wife in my presence. I think he said this was the second time. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But, and then we see Lamine, just kind of lunge in a direction that I'm assuming is Marcis. And I hope that's where he was going. I'm pretty sure that's where he was going, because Marceau has no respect for women. I mean, we've seen it play out over and over and over again, the way that he treats Letitia. And I mean, she's okay with it, but Marcis needs to understand that those other women and their husbands, they gonna check you, boo. They gonna check you, boo. In the words of Sheree Whitfield, they gonna check you, boo. And rightfully so. I mean, because Marceau is so messy. Like, I'm just like, oh my goodness, he's just really coming for the ladies. And when I say ladies, I'm including Martell Holt ass in the ladies as well, because, I mean, let's call a thing a thing. So, going forward, okay, after the altercation is, acting up, they showing off, and like it's a whole big thing or whatever. We hear Marcis saying to production, call the police and have them drug test her MFing AZZ. Yeah. And then I hear someone say, do it, bitch. And it sounded like Stormy. It sounded like Stormy. It really did sound like Stormy to me. I could be wrong. The way that it was edited, they might have, hyped up the pitch in whoever's voice. But it could have been Kiki, who said, do it, bitch. Like telling Marcis and Letitia, or just Marcis, to do it. Whatever you want to do. Then we see not Kiki, but then we see Kimmy and I think Maurice trying to kind of break it up or whatever. So I mean, y'all, it's gonna be a thing this season. I mean, this is something. So let's move on from that. Then we see a scene where they're sitting at the little table, the round table, or whatever. And I think before I get to that point, I want to talk about when Marcis and Martell were sitting at the table with some other folks that I didn't care to even mention or whatever. And Marcis is telling Martell that Kiki's been on drugs for a very long time. And Martell says, well, if she's on drugs, then just, keep her away from you guys or whatever. I mean, yeah, if she's on drugs, keep her away from you. I mean, okay. But honestly, I feel like Marcis, Martell, not Martell, Marcis, Marceau. Marcis is Marceau, okay? I think he's doing that because he knows that Kiki knows some dirt on him. And his thing is he wants to discredit her before she even comes out with it. So he's telling everybody that she's on drugs and she's been on it for a long time, just to put out there, okay, well, she's mentally effed up. That's what he was doing. And I think that's a really, really, really low blow, even for Marcis, for him to just talk about her. And the way that he's kind of just coming at these women and discarding them as if they're trash, I don't know. I don't like it. It's just very, very disrespectful. And I really do hope that somebody, some man or woman will check Marcis because chin check him because he needs to be checked. He's coming at these women. And when I say, I'm going to go into when they were at the little round table that he and Tisha were spearheading, like, y'all couldn't get me to put up with that. Like, they couldn't spearhead anything with me. They couldn't conduct no type of meeting with me. I don't care if they were trying to conduct a damn a little toy train set. Nah, I'm not sitting. Y'all ain't gonna waste my time like that. But when he came for Tiffany, and Tiffany is not the most liked person on the screen or whatever. She's not. But he was very disrespectful to her. And of course, Big Lou was not there. And he seems to do this a lot when Big Lou is not around. And he says to Tiffany, whatever the conversation was, however the meeting was going, he says to her, I know you're not used to feeling valued, but I want you to know that you are valued here today. Yeah, that's what that mongrel said. That's what he said. And Letitia, she looking back with a smirk on her face like, that was wrong, that was cold, or whatever. But I want to address him. Marcis, just because you go out your way devaluing your very own wife on national television that hundreds of thousands, even millions of people have witnessed, just because you treat her like that and she puts up with your bullshit, that is no reason for you to push that same narrative on any other woman that's not your wife. Tisha chooses to put up with you. No one else has to. Then we hear Marceau talking about the Black Expo for, I guess, the coming up year or whatever. And he's going on and on. And Courtney, he says, you know what, I think you should let Letitia talk because hearing you talk is just all over the place. And I guess Courtney just like, I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Then Marceau disrespects Courtney and Stormy by calling them Mr. and Mrs. Steele or Mrs. and Mr. Steele. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but Stormy's last name is Steele. Courtney, her husband, his last name is Beasley. Martell knows that. Marceau knows that. Excuse me. And he's just so pathetic. And I don't know, you guys, but I mean, the season seems like it's gonna be fire, but I feel like there's a lot of bull that's gonna come with this, like a lot of made up, fake storylines, like the one when Letitia is talking to Marceau or Marcis, her husband, telling him that she's been feeling sick, and the last time she felt this way, she was pregnant. And Marceau says, uh, she was like, I think I need to take a pregnancy test, is what Letitia said. And Marcis says, I think you need to get a blood test, because I think it's very disrespectful for you to tell me you think you're pregnant to your husband who's had a vasectomy. I think that's made up, y'all. I think that's bullshit. Bad acting at its best. You know, it's just dumb. So I'm not even gonna put too much energy into that or whatever. But I do want to go back to the sit down that Melody had with Kiki. And I think this is why Marceau is going to go hard this season, this up and coming season, at discrediting Kiki. And the reason why he blew up at the little family gathering that Miss Wanda had for her show enough potatoes the other season. What, about 2 seasons ago, I guess. I don't know. And he said that he, remember, you guys, and I quote, he says, do it, do it, do it, and I'll burn this whole motherfucker down. And Kiki was like, I know you will. I know you will. Yeah, because she knew the information she probably has on him. Yeah, you would probably want to burn every goddamn thing down because it was explosive. So getting back to the little meeting she had, the interaction she had with Mel. And she just came out and told Mel, you know, Marceau likes to interject in the women's discussions or business or whatever. And she said, you know, she know 2 ladies Marceau met at the club, and he went and had a threesome with them women. And my thing was, and Mel had to clutch her pearls. She had to clutch her pearls. She was like, gasp. But my next question, if I was Mel, I was like, girl, I would be like, girl, how you know? Like, how you know? Is this something you know? Or is this something you heard? Like, I want to know, because, see, I don't want no messy news like that if you don't have the receipts to back it up. And hopefully Kiki will have receipts to back it up, because I'm sick of Marcis, with his head, hips, and body, yaddy. That's a thick nigga, ain't it? But anyway, so, all right, so we're going to move on a little further, and I'm just going to touch on what I found important or worth talking about. Let's get to the scene when they were in the jacuzzi. The women were in the jacuzzi. It was Kimmy, Mel, Miss Nell, and Letitia. They were in the setting with the jacuzzi or whatever. And Kimmy was saying, you know, she says, if you're not being emotionally fulfilled at home, chances are you're going to go and find emotional fulfillment somewhere else. That's what Kimmy said. And then we see Mel in the pool. And Mel says, my biggest regret is having 4 kids by a man who never made me come. And of course, they beat that out. And everybody was like, especially Miss Nell, like, never? And Letitia was like, a deer caught in headlights, like, what? And I can believe that because, you know, Martell and Marceau, they give off Leela energy. They give off Leela energy. Martell, Marceau, and Maurice, all 3 of them give off Leela energy. Y'all can have that. Yeah, they do. Um, because we all know Martell has been a pain in all of our sides, right? He's been a whole thorn in our side. And, we can only imagine the stress he put Mel through. Because of men like him, little sissies like them, they will stress a woman out because they ain't got nothing to offer. That tells me how much Mel truly did love her husband. She loved Martell. I get it. Most of us women, we can get it. We can work. We can work through their shortcomings for the most part. Like, because for women, it's not all about the orgasm or anything like that. We can kind of work through the small stuff so we can get to the bigger thing, the bigger plan, the bigger goal. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's how I take that, or how I look at that, or whatever. She did. She loved her husband, until she was like, you know what? I'm not doing this no more. I'm not. And the fact that Mel was already a boss. I mean, she was a millionaire when she was in her 20s. Let's be clear. She's only, 35, 37, or whatever. She's still very young. But she's a boss. She's a whole boss out here. And I feel like since she has left Martell, I'm sorry, since Mel has left Martell, I mean, just look at her now. How that song go? Look at me now. Look at me now. Yeah, look at her now. I remember some seasons ago. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. A few seasons ago, when they were sitting at the table with their team, and Mel arrived there first, and her team was, telling her all the different things and different people who wanted to work with her or whatever. And she was excited. She got there before Martell. Martell, he comes in with his attitude, with his negative energy, and saying, he was like, well, everything's not bringing in money, so no, I don't want you to do everything. That's classic. That's classic. That's so classic. I'm going to tell y'all something about some people, most narcissists. They don't want you to shoot into the sky. Once they feel like they're losing footing with you, oh no, they don't want you to shoot for the stars. They don't want you to go off. They feel like you might get too far from them. Because y'all remember, Martell has been martelling for over 10 years, or close to 10, however it was, with his little side piece. He didn't want Mel to get too far and too successful, even though he was benefiting from it, because y'all remember, Martell had us believing, or he had a lot of people believing, he was the breadwinner. And Mel, being the good wife that she is, she's like, hell, if I win, we all win. But he lost sight of that, if he ever saw it. If he ever saw it. And I'm going to tell you something else about narcissists. They're very jealous. They're jealous of the very person that they have vows with. Martell had everybody thinking and believing, went on a whole press tour talking about how he loved his kids and he's a good father. And I'm going to tell you something about a good person. One thing a good person ain't going to have to do is go out here screaming and expressing and telling everybody and everything that's willing to listen that they're good. Your actions speak for themselves. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into that or whatever. But yeah, I truly believe, Martell got Leela energy. He has Leela energy. Marcis, Leela energy. Maurice, Leela energy. And I do want to say this since I brought up Kimmy, I mean, not Kimmy, but Tiffany, and how Marcis disrespected her. And let's jump to the scene where Tiffany and Lewis are having a little picnic with their baby or whatever, and she's like, everybody's asking where Lou is and where's my husband, and I want my husband to stay home or whatever. And Lou's like, well, what you want me to do? Stop working so much, quit my job? We both knew what this was before we even did it. And I assume he was talking about A, them having a baby, and B, being on this show. I feel like everyone has a price, right? Everyone has a price. And I think with Big Lou, he's dealt with these little sissies on the show. Especially Marcis, he dealt with them little sissies enough where he may not even want to film with them. And I'm kind of feeling like he might have cashed out already. Like I said, everybody got a price. Big Lou, no. Or I'm thinking Big Lou probably feel like I can't be around these dudes. Because Marcis, any man that respects his wife, Marcis doesn't have any respect for them. I'm going to say it again. Marceau, a.k.a. Marcis, if there's any man that has respect for his wife, he does not have respect for them. I say that because when have we ever seen Marcis have Letitia's back on the show? I honestly can't think of one time I've seen Marcis have Letitia's back on the show. He agreed with Mel right in front of Letitia. Mel and Kimmy will get Marceau together. Especially Mel. Oh, she'll get Marceau together real quick. Kimmy will play up a little bit, but she'll still get them together. Letitia in a boat all by herself with one damn paddle when she's dealing with her husband. And then the paddle's broken. Yeah. And so I want to go to the scene with Chris Fletcher and Martell. And Chris Fletcher tells Martell that Marceau is saying he's the owner or he built up Scope, whatever it was. Martell says slap. I guess that's some slang that they do. I get it. Like, yeah, that's a slap in your face, Martell. Martell, your big tight suit wearing ass. While you sitting up here worrying about keeping your body fit and wearing the tightest damn suit you can find to accentuate all your curves and muscles and lack thereof. Marceau was right there behind you, waiting on you to fall. Remember that scene, that episode, when Marceau said, I just want y'all to hit rock bottom. That was telling. If y'all don't remember, go back and watch some of the earliest episodes. Marcis told Martell he wanted to see him and Mel hit rock bottom. And in his manipulating way and tone, he tried to correct that. Or he tried to make it seem like he wanted the best for them. Because and his explanation was, because if you hit rock bottom, then you'll see what you got, and you can come back up. You can come back from this. Them Scott men know how to manipulate words, but I'm here to tell anybody who dealing with them, Kimmy, Letitia, it don't take a scholar to read between the lines of the bullshit that they be saying. That they say. It don't take a scholar. If it sounds like bullshit and it quacks like bullshit, chances are it's bullshit. Yeah, that's what he said. And when Martell and Mel, I think when they were either going through their divorce or they had already gotten a divorce. Here we come with a whole scene with Letitia and Marceau sitting in their office. Nice looking office with the blue, y'all remember? Letitia sitting there sipping coffee or tea or whatever, cognac or whatever the hell she was drinking, and she had her legs crossed with them red bottoms. They might have been knockoffs, I'm just saying. Heels on. In the office, y'all remember? This was already planned with the Scotts 1.0. They were just waiting on the demise of Mel and Martell. But look how Tisha handled Mel at the reunion. She said, "You got an evil soul." That's what she said, y'all. She told Mel, "You have an evil soul." When Mel, let's be clear, because again, I'm going to say, I don't think Mel really knew all these people. These are all Martell's friends. Because I would think if Mel actually brought some of her good Judies on the show, we would see it would be a whole different energy. Because what we're seeing is a lot of ghetto-ness, a lot of low-vibing activity taking place. So the demise of Mel and Martell, they felt like they were going to be ushered in to be the next Mel and Martell. Y'all listen to what I'm telling y'all. Yeah. And so they were just trying to ruin her. Letitia is very jealous. Y'all, let's go back to the Black Expo. Everybody who talked, I believe, from what we saw, everybody who talked, they talked about business, right? From what we saw, even Marcis, he was answering a question that he had really no true, real, factual answer for. He didn't. And it was obvious, right? Then Kimmy, Maurice, they said whatever they said. And then Letitia, here she come with all her degrees. And she's just talking about, women empowerment. I'm a stoic believer in the fact that anything a person focus their attention on, that's because that's how they feel, right? Come on, that's just known. If you're talking to me about stocks and bonds, and I'm talking to you about, let's not hate on each other. As women, we should be empowering each other. Well, okay. But I started the conversation off about stocks and bonds, and now you talk about, rooting for one another. Girl, I root for you. I'm a side eye you. I'm a side eye you. Because that's not what the conversation was based on. Letitia does that. Letitia, she's out here. Letitia's out here talking about, women empowerment. And trust me, y'all, nobody got to question how I feel about women, rooting for women, supporting women. I'm a woman, so I'm going to support anybody who's out here, any woman who's out here doing her damn thing. And if you ain't, I'm going to help you. I'm going to root for you, and I'm going to be your hype man so you can get up and do it, right? I don't even have to express that. That's just a given. But Letitia, for her to be at a setting as the Black Expo and or whatever, in my opinion, this is all about black businesses, right? Why are we talking about hating? Let's stay on subject. Because I didn't get that. And I think another thing that I'm also looking at is the fact that with Letitia, she, on the picture, on their photo that they have, everybody's modeling pretty, And Letitia, she has her finger twirled in her hair. Y'all saw that? Like, she was giving, like, real kind of, like, sexy girl vibes. And what other vibes is that? Because I'm twirling in my hair, so I'm trying to be cute. I'm trying to be submissive. I don't know, y'all. Maybe I'm reaching. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the comments, because I'm just like, why she got her finger twirled up in her hair? This is a photo of their show. Everybody's giving, modeling pretty. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. But y'all let me know. So, let's see. Then let's talk about when Marcis, and Martell were actually talking. And I'm thinking they were at Martell's place. I don't know if that's the basement or whatever, because there's nothing on the walls, I don't believe. But it's like a gray sectional couch or something. And this probably came after Chris Fletcher told Martell that Marcis is claiming that he's now the owner of Scout. And I guess Martell, they ain't had nothing to do with it being what it is today or whatever. I don't know. But Martell felt it relevant to bring that up or have a discussion about it. And Martell, we see he doesn't know how to communicate without getting upset. And he was like, Scout would be nothing without us. And y'all, I'm just off the dome. Scout would be nothing if it wasn't for me and Mel. Me and Mel helped y'all get to where y'all are. We helped y'all. Like Martell was saying it. I believe that. I definitely believe that Martell and Mel helped the Scots 1.0. I feel like the Scots were not doing too good. And I think they probably got together, and Mel, with her connections and everything, they actually, not just her connections, but with her business savvy, I think that's how Scout actually came about. And because her husband, who she was married to at that time, or her then husband, Whatever he did, she did what she needed to do to make sure everything went accordingly, right? Because I don't see two jackasses, and when I say jackasses, I mean Marcis and Martell. I don't see them building no damn business up to nothing. And quiet as kept. I still don't know what the hell Marcis has built. We know Mel and Martell had Holt and Holt homes or whatever. Marceau is always talking about building some big ass hotel or whatever. We've yet to really see any of that. I haven't seen it. We always see them by a pile of dirt or a pile of rocks or something like that. And they're always taking pictures, and they always come. The only thing I've actually witnessed, and I could be wrong, that they actually built was black. That's it. That's it. I mean, at this point, does Marcis really build any damn thing? Or reconstruct or whatever the hell? Because I'm saying, if y'all got all these millions of dollars, because if I had millions of dollars, I promise y'all, you would know. You would know. Not that I would be flashy with it, but you will know. You will know it in where I live, how I live. You would know. I mean, we seen them live in a townhouse, go from a townhouse to a fixer-upper to an apartment just to remodel the fixer-upper. Because your dream home has been put on hold for whatever reason. Like, I'm not understanding. How do you have us think y'all about to build a whole damn community with all the Scots in it? Because you're trying to get Kimmy to move over there. Kimmy like, I ain't going no damn place. I don't want to be this close to you mofos. Remember? We just going to remodel this little fixer-upper old ass house? But y'all got millions of dollars. I'm just saying. I'm going to call a thing a thing. It ain't thinging. It's not. We've seen Belle and Martell live in this big, beautiful home. Look more like an estate. Beautiful ass house, right? And apparently they had like another home as well. And the word on the streets is Mel and Martell let Letitia and Marcis and their family live in one of their rental homes. Let's not forget that. But Letitia says you have a dark soul. They even said on the show that they let y'all use one of their vehicles when y'all didn't have none. Because I heard it. I heard them when they said it. But now y'all trying to sit up and come up as if y'all some bosses or whatever. It's missing me. It's missing me because I don't get it. So, I don't know. And going back to what Kimmy said when they were all in like the jacuzzi or whatever, if you're not being emotional fulfilled at home, chances are you're going to go and find it someplace else. Now, let's kind of talk about that. We all know us women, we're emotional beings, right? We are. A lot of times men are emotionless. They don't get it. I'm not saying about everything or all things, but for the most part, men don't get it. So my question to Kimmy is, who you said that for? You said that for the women, or did you say that for the men? Did you say that for you and Maurice's situation? Do you feel like intimacy, sex is emotional for men? Like, I just needed some more clarity on that or whatever. I don't know how production kind of finagled that or whatever, because I could be wrong, could be reading it wrong, but it just made me wonder about that. Like, who did you mean that for, Kimmy? Because the men that are shown on this show, the star players in this show, men wise, they have shown anything and everything but emotions for their wives. That's all I'm saying. And don't let me forget, you guys, I'm going to move on to something else. When Nell and Martell, like Martell was at Nell's steps telling her, trying to get her together, to tell her, don't you ever bring up me cheating without bringing up Mel's cheating. Nigga, how you gonna tell somebody how to think or what to think? It Even if Mel was cheating during the marriage or whatever, girl, kudos, good. Because from what we see of Martell, girl, you should have been trying to get it someplace else. You should have been. But because of what I see and what I've learned of Mel is a boss. Mel been getting paper. Okay? Mel is still getting paper. And Mel is probably still going to be getting paper. And my thing is this right here. If she bossing up like that, if that's what she doing, the last thing she's probably thinking about or was thinking about is messing around on your ass. I'm gonna be honest with you. Mel was out there making things happen for her family. What you should have been doing, nigga. But instead of doing that, during the pandemic, your ass was going to the gym. And the gym, apparently, was Ariane Curry, a.k.a. Coleslaw's house. You was making a whole damn baby over there while making one with you in your house. You don't have I heard a blogger say the other day, the best thing you can do at this point, Martell, is to fess up and give up. And I ain't saying giving up on life. I'm saying give up the fucking charade. Give it up. You look like your skirt is showing, honey. You want everybody to believe that your ex-wife is just as low down as you. You want everyone to believe that your ex-wife has been out here laying it low and spreading it wide like you. You want everyone to believe that your wife was the total bum in the marriage and you was the breadwinner. You want everyone to believe that you was the best parent and your wife was nothing. You expect us to believe that? And you still going on with the bullshit. Like, look, if you don't hear anything else I say, Martell Hope, because I'm speaking directly to you, I'm going to need you to give it up. The gig is up. I wish your mother, Miss Marlene, sock it to you like the way you need to be socked to. Me being a parent myself, you think I'm going to tell my child they right when I know damn well they wrong? You think I'm going to sit up here and lie on somebody who I know was doing the very best just to make it seem like you did good? Mm-mm. No, I love my kids too much. I love my child too much. I'm not going to lie to them. I'm going to tell them the truth. Just like my mother did with me, she let me know when I was right and when I was wrong. She ain't sugarcoating nothing for me. No. You know why my mother didn't sugarcoat anything for me? And you know why I won't sugarcoat anything for my kids? Because the world will spank you on your ass. Life will do it. So you got to be tough love is what it's called. And what it is. And Martell, I think you, not only do you have a little lying problem, but you got a little anger problem too. Which is why I'm pretty sure Melody, excuse me you guys, Melody was pushing for your crazy ass to go to counseling, to have some counseling. Because you need it. You need it. But see, little energy like you and Marcis type of men, can't nobody tell you wrong. And the unfortunate part about that is men, and maybe women too, but I'm going to speak directly to the men when I say this. As men get older, they become stubborn, they become ornery, and you can't tell them shit because they think they know everything. Any wise person knows that you can learn something from everybody and anybody. From the lowest person on the totem pole to the highest person on the totem pole. But y'all too ignorant and self-indulged to even see that. But I want to get back to Kimmy and Maurice real quick, you guys. Because I'm about to close this out, right? So, we see Kimmy and Maurice. They're at some little thing where there's a mechanical bull. And Maurice is on the mechanical bull with two other females, right? And while he's on this mechanical bull that's about to throw his ass to the wind, he's looking at Kimmy. I'm only looking at you, Kimmy. I'm only looking at you, baby. I'm only thinking of you. And she was like, no, you not. No, you not. And you guys, I could be wrong. I could be reading a little too much into it. But Kimmy in that episode, Kimmy kind of gave off, if Maurice wanted to bring another party into their bedroom, she might be okay with it. And I say that, like, we all know Kimmy's been dealing with her health issues or whatever, and I'm so glad that she's doing better, okay? That needs to be said. However, Kimmy gives off really sexual vibes, like she does, you know. Remember when she would walk in the room, she always shimmering, shaking her top part or whatever. I think she would be down for a threesome if she hasn't already. Maurice already said he done had how many women in one day? The dude, you need to go on Hub. I'm gonna say it again. You need to go on Hub. Get paid for it at least. My goodness. But that's all I want to say about them. And I'm trying to see because I feel like I'm missing something else. And I hate to do a video and then after I do the video, it's something else I wish I had said that I forgot to say. But you guys get the gist of it, I hope. Thank you guys so much for watching this or whatever. This is just my personal opinion of the Love and Marriage Huntsville trailer that, you know, seems like it's going to be fire. It's going to be lit. And I'm here for it, even though I think it's some made up stuff up in there. But I think it's some real stuff up in there. And I really hope that if Kiki got some receipts, I hope Kiki brings the receipts out, because I'm tired of them trying to dog her out, you know, because Kiki was dealing with a serious issue, you know. I mean, the way Marceau tried to say, oh, she's been on drugs for a while. Drugs? Well, if somebody tells me someone's been on drugs that I don't really know, I'm thinking crack. I'm thinking crack cocaine. I'm thinking heroin. I'm thinking of some really bad stuff. But with Kiki's issue, Kiki got hooked on prescription drugs. I mean, let's call a thing a thing. She got hooked on prescription drugs. She was injured or hurt in some type of way, and the pain that she was going through, she had to be prescribed narcotics. You know what I'm saying? I know I had my surgery. I had a surgery a few years ago, and after my surgery, I was adamant to my nurse while I'm in recovery. Let's give me the mild stuff first, which was ibuprofen, 800 milligram ibuprofen, because I know that that's a thing. People get hooked on medications like that. And I was given it twice, and it wasn't really subsiding my pain. And my nurse was like, well, the next time, let's try giving you the narcotic. She didn't say narcotic. She called the drug whatever it was at the time. And I was like, okay, let me just take half of it. And that's what I did. And it helped. You know, it helped. And then when I came home, I had a whole bottle of this narcotic. And to be honest with you guys, I think I still got some of it to this day. I think I hid it from myself because that's how addicting it can be. And for Marcis to perpetrate a narrative to make it seem like this lady is out here real bad. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure it could get real bad. But for him to do that, to discredit her because of the information that she has on him, the information that Letitia, if she would stop being the dummy that she's portraying to be, she'll know it's true. And for Letitia to let Marcis come at her family members the way that she does, I don't like that. I know one content creator was saying how, you know, they didn't like the fact that if Kiki knew something about her cousin's relationship, she thinks it's wrong that she didn't tell her about it, or she thinks it's wrong that she's bringing it up the way that she's bringing it up. And my mind, the way I thought about it, Well, the way that they've been trying to keep Kiki underneath their feet, I think it's okay. I ain't mad at Kiki for saying it. Because obviously, we already know Marcis don't give a damn about her. He's convinced Letitia not to give a damn about her. And although he's convinced Letitia not to give a damn about her own cousin, Letitia is a jealous woman. It's obvious. She's a jealous woman. So she's happy when her husband is dogging other women. That makes her feel good. Well, that's what he said about her. So he doesn't think that way about me. Girl, Letitia, your husband thinks you are stupid. He thinks that you have no, your self-esteem is very, very low. You're not confident. He said this. He said that you're not confident. Because he done broke you. And if you take the time out to actually look at Marcis, your husband, and look at yourself, girl, let that funny looking ass man go. And that's all I'm going to say, you guys. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all have a great night. Bye.